So I disagree slightly with what you said, Jeff. I still think advertising is always going to be important, but it's not going to be as big. Oh, no, I think that's fine. It's not going to be as big as it was. So I want to add just one dimension here in the conversation, that is profitability. One thing about advertising is that not only it was always big for our industry, but it's a very, very high contribution margin. We do, like in Brazil, 75, 78% contribution margin on that. And as you replace that, you have to find a way to do that in a profitable way. So real quick about RBS. RBS is a multimedia company that operates in South Brazil. We have TV stations, radio stations, digital, and newspapers. We actually have 8 newspapers. And Zero Hora is our main newspaper. We are a 51-year-old brand. We are actually one of the most awarded brand journalism in Brazil. And we are the 4th largest newspaper in the country, even being a regional newspaper. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things we are doing. I think I like the analogy of the bucket that Jed just did for us. I think it's pretty similar. And we've done a bunch of those things. We started licensing some of our brands. We started doing, we did our DMP. We have a programmatic business that started late last year. We have a branded content studio. We have, a roadmap of nice things that are going to launch. Most of them, things that everybody else in the industry is doing. So we're kind of mimicking the best practices and trying to get new revenue streams. However, profitability on those things is not the same, right? When you do something like licensing, you go to margins that are very, very small, and you can somehow replace revenue, but you still have a large big bill to pay. So one thing about Brazil that might not affect everybody in the US and some other countries that are represented here is that we are exposed to currency, to FX. Right now, a real in Brazil is worth very, very little. So we buy paper in dollars, and you know how it works. Logistics is something that is very complex in Brazil. Our infrastructure is not as good as the most developed countries. Other than that, the costs of logistics are exposed to gas and to labor, which grows pretty high in Brazil, much, much higher than every industry revenue growth. So when you add that to the equation, you see that profitability really gets to the point that it gets a bigger issue than advertising revenue itself. So we try to understand our customers. So how can we focus on this guy and understand their behavior in order to make more money and to explore better financially the opportunity that we have? And we found that our digital customer is very different among itself. It's not one single guy. It varies a lot, the behavior of this customer, based on his digital adoption and the value that this customer gives to curatorship and to structure a way to consume not only media, but experiences in their life. This is the guy who wants to travel, and he likes to go in a group. He likes to understand where he's going to go each morning. And there are some guys who just go on TripAdvisor, just travel, and then they find out what they're going to do when they're in the places. So based on those differences, we said that we have this public here, this digital conservative guy that is a guy like me. I'm not a digital native, but I had to include digital in my day-to-day activities. I don't go to the bank anymore. I use home banking. I adopted e-commerce. I adopted social media, and lots of things in my age, lots of people in my age had to do the same thing. So these guys, they like a structured reading experience. They like it, content curation. They value that. They need some support in the digitalization process. And we taught him along the years that going from the first to last page of the newspaper, that experience by itself means to be well informed. So this guy still values that. So we try to do something that is very, very focused on profitability. It's a way to accelerate digital adoption that might be very easy in a place like Austin. There's very high tech and has very good infrastructure, but it's not as easy as in Brazil. So if you can play the video real quick.
Mais do que saber, você entende. Mais do que ler, você interage. Mais do que acompanhar, você se atualiza. Chegou o ZH Tablet. Mais que notícias, uma nova maneira de você experimentar a sua ZH. já configurado, com app ZH instalados, prontos para usar. Adquira o seu pelo zhtablet.com.br ou ligue 0800 642 8222.
So it's a very simple proposition. If you look at on a per customer basis, our cost with logistics and printing in Brazil per year is less than what the Brazilian average pays for a tablet. The tablet penetration in Brazil is not quite as high as that is in the US. The tablet is a product that is, I'm going to go about that real quick. The tablet is something that is very desired by the population in Brazil. You see here that the tablet price is pretty much the same as the average income per capita in Brazil. So it's a product that people really want to have. Even people who already has that on the household still wants to have an additional one. So what we do is we buy those tablets in scale. We develop a very nice app to go with it that is a perfect replica of the newspaper with a layer of interactivity that is very well built into that. We don't do profit margins on the device itself. We fragment the payment in 12 installments, so that in that way we can fit within the average budget of a Brazilian family, and we tie that to a subscription program where we do margin. So if you look here, the tablet is the first one there. We do much higher margin than any other way we can sell our content to the customers because we have the tablet embedded on that. So we just launched that. We had a kind of a pre-sale reservation line of 5,000 people. We already have 3,000 of those subscribed. We actually had a higher success than we expected. So we have to stop selling right after the Christmas. So Samsung didn't help us very much on that. I hope there's nobody from Samsung there in the audience. And we do an ARPU that is very, very good for us. So we are adding value-added services to this device. So we have a warranty extension. We have a warranty, not a warranty, insurance, sorry, tied to that. So I mean, we really want to grow that base, and we want to find new revenue streams within that base. So we have new sponsorship models on that. We have we can sell the deck. We control the deck. So if you are a bank, you can buy from us the pre-installation of your home bank app already on the deck. We are increasing the set of value-added services that we offer. We are increasing the offering of accessories, and you know, we're gonna have a trade-in program that is gonna make we're gonna make some money on the device as well, and we're also gonna go to retail on that. So you know, it's a different way to add profitability to the equation.